Alright, here's my take on school and if you should stay studying or if you're thinking about quitting or just not sure if it's the best option for you. Well, it's simple, right? Let's start with why you're going to school. Because it's mandatory and because your parents want you to be successful. But this school system is outdated and also it's not for your good at all. Everything you get taught there will go out of the window because it's useless in the real world, basically. I'm speaking from experience and observations of other people. People are taught or people think that it's always been there. It hasn't been there always. It's been implemented and it's not how the world works. We usually lose sense of how things work because we get born into the system, not questioning anything, just going with the flow is easier. That's how human species operated almost always. You get born into this and you follow traditions. You just don't question too much. You do what your parents teach you, tell you to do. And that goes on with generations. But if there's a disruption and an evil force creates a system in which you will operate in that's not for your own good, it doesn't make sense for your prosperity, then you gotta do something about it, man, or you gotta realize that, dude, this doesn't make sense. Like, our parents want us to be successful, I get it, but they don't understand that they don't know about the powers to be, how wicked they are. And they implemented this school system to not educate you, but to indoctrinate you to become a mindless worker, to become a skillless slave. Skillless slave. To be working labor, to be working these other jobs, and not actually having a skill. So, what I would do if I was a student, in my free time, instead of scrolling TikTok, instead of playing video games, all these distractions that, vent your stress or frustration or boredom from the school that's basically wasting your time. Instead, find a hobby that develops a skill. Have some sort of skill development as your hobby. Find joy in something that's going to be useful for you in the future, in your adulthood, when you finish studying. Because school doesn't give you, it gives you like diploma and, I don't know, some kind of certification and a huge debt if you're from the US, but for what? Security? A secure job? That's a fallacy. That's a lie. Because they can replace you in an instant. If they don't like you, you're out. Yeah, what kind of security is that? That's a lie. And even if you're certified or qualified to do a job, they'd rather take someone else that's less qualified but serves their agenda. There are so many people now realizing this, that even if they have diplomas, no one would hire them, or it's hard for them to find a job even with those papers.
This is the most humbled I've ever felt in my life. I'm literally holding resumes, a stack of them, so that I can go in person to places and say, are you guys hiring? It's honestly a little bit embarrassing because I'm literally applying for minimum wage jobs, and some of them are being like, we're not hiring, and it's like, what? This is not what I expected. I graduated college with 2 degrees in communications and acting. I speak 3 languages. Oh, this sucks. I just want to be a TikToker, if I'm being so for real with you. But I can't be delusional anymore. I literally need to make money. So I'm just gonna keep trying. I'm over here crying. And then I heard the birds chirping. And then I thought, at least I'm crying in Brooklyn. God, I hope I'm doing better a year from now.
Can anyone explain to me how I have 2 degrees? I have 2 degrees. Oh, and a certificate. A little extra, right? I have a certificate. May not be a master's, but it's something extra, along with the 2 degrees, I'm trying to apply for jobs right now, And the thing is that the only person I have responding to me is a man from a tech company saying, "Hey, you want to answer some customer service problems? You want to answer some customer service calls?" No, Bart, I don't want to answer your calls. No, no offense, but I'm a little more qualified than to just be sitting around answering your customer service calls, Bart. Okay, I'm sorry, but Bart is the only one who's responding to me. So what am I supposed to do? And I'm looking down at these and I'm looking at them and I'm kind of wondering. I'm like, what was this for again? Oh, I don't know. Beats me.
A job, right? Just slave contract. Anyways, so find yourself a skill. Don't be a skillless slave that obeys and worships the authority too much. The thing is, with the population, even your parents probably, they worship authority too much, but the authority doesn't have your best interests in mind. Then why should you respect them? Why should you listen to them? They basically want to do bad things to you, to us, and you trust them? Sometimes I say in my videos that the only person you can truly trust and that's not gonna let you down is yourself, if you make yourself to be that person. So bet on yourself. You don't have to quit entirely, but in your free time, because I'm pretty sure you have free time when you're studying or a student, find something that will be useful in the future so that you are not a skillless slave like everybody else. Grind hard, strong, and smart.
You were told that if you didn't go to college, you would never amount to anything, okay? Then you get to college and you're taking these classes because you were told you had to go here anyway,
right,
but you don't really know what you want to do and don't know who you are. So at the end of the day, you end up with a degree that you can't use.
Doesn't mean anything.
Because you don't know what the fuck you want to do.
I genuinely fucking hate universities.
And I feel, honestly, fuck school. I don't know why we still even have this whole fucking, just this outdated concept of school to just build workers.
The entire system is basically built to create workers, and that's why there's so many emotional triggers, even think all the way down to the alarm bells in American systems. There's so many emotional triggers to have you fall into line, even if you look at the way that the desks are placed. The reason why is because they needed more workers. The entire education system is just a propaganda machine. That's really all it's become.
Because we know what the fuck school was made for. Why are we pretending? We know school was created to create workers.
Hey, we just need workers, and if we can control the children, we're set. We're set for life.